We give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah,
Yeah.
Bashem, Rekwak, Kudash. Double honors to the apostles that rule well. Salutations to the brothers in the four corners of the earth. Right? Pushing this truth in sincerity. All right. We got a hard hitter. We're going to get into what's going on today. With this war, we got a nice article that Ip is going to bring out. Go ahead, Ip, you got it. Of course, we're going to correlate it with the scriptures. Okay? Go ahead.
Okay. Sarku says, "How close are we to World War III?" It says global defense experts puts the risk of global conflict at 30 to 35% in the coming decade. The chance of a global conflict breaking over the next decade is 30 to 35%. An international defense expert has warned. It
And we know
says,
and we know decade means 10, but that war could happen soon. It could happen now. It could happen. What's that? In 4 years from now. So we in the brink of war, man. But go ahead.
it says, author of The New World War, The New Age of Global Conflict and the Fight to Stop It, wrote in Express that from the Whitehall to Washington, from Estonia to Taiwan, military powers large and small are escalating their preparations for a global confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
Others may disagree about the precise likelihood of a world war erupting in the near future. What is clear, though, is that the risk is considerably higher now than many believe it would be at the beginning of the decade.
That's right. So, and the Most High got to destroy this place, according to Isaiah 19. You can bring that out for me, 14 through 16, right?
Okay, I need some more to that article too.
Got it? Isaiah 19, 14 through 16.
Isaiah 19:14-16. The Lord had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof,
Mm-hmm.
and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail branch rush may do.
Yeah, that's why.
In that day,
Oh, you can stop right there. You can stop right there. Um, yeah, yeah, because there's a lot of people getting laid off, even CEO getting laid off, right? There's no work for Egypt, which Egypt represent America today. Because when you look at the U.S. dollar, what it has a pyramid, right? So over 500,000, between 300 to 500,000 women, black women got laid off, right? You know the saying, uh, last hired, first fired. So these black women with these degrees, they feel like they don't need a man. Now they're crying on TikTok, on YouTube, and IG. They've been bamboozled and hooked because they was following this feminist group. Now they're crying. Now they saying they wish they had a husband. You know, especially during that snow when they couldn't shovel their driveway. They had videos of skits saying, "Damn, I wish I had a husband." Now they got to go out there and shovel their driveway, right? So, but the Most High has mingled a perverse spirit when more, uh, when the LGBT community has more rights than the heterosexual, right? When they get top positions and heterosexual have the least positions. It's a perverse spirit upon America, right? And they pushing that perverse spirit in movies and shows and different sitcoms, pushing man and woman and woman, right? So yes, the Most High had to destroy this place, man, because it's a perverse spirit. You can read on.
uh, what on the article?
Oh, you was on 16, right?
Oh, yes, yes. 16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear, because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it.
That's right. So the Most High gonna shake up this place. He's doing it now. He's doing it now. People have a cloud over their heads. You know, I deal with rideshare once in a while, and people complaining in my back seat what's going on with this place. You know, people lost their job. People have car troubles. People can't afford their bills, and a lot of people are sick, starting mentally. Right, starting mentally. A lot of people are sick, man, because of what? Because of what Esau has done throughout the numerous of years, pushing ultra processed food. Right, so that ultra processed food has side effects. You know, I was watching the 600 pound show. Right, uh, they complain about God's food, but they don't complain about the poisonous food they've been eating throughout the years. You know, yeah. So you got something to say?
I got a scripture.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's First Thessalonians 5 or 7. Um, it says, "For they that well, actually no, verse. Let me read verse 3. When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
Yeah,
Verse 2 says, "The Lord, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night."
that's right. So the Lord's gonna sneak up on these niggas, man. Sneak up on the heathens. He's gonna come like a thief in the night, right? The destruction of America could happen sometime this year. You know, we
That's
don't
right.
know. But going back to what I was saying, they said smoking one cigarette is equivalent to eating one McDonald's French fries, right? Smoking one cigarette is equivalent to eating one McDonald's French fries,
Yep.
right? If you Google uh, the UK fries. You can look it up. UK fries and McDonald's fries. I think UK fries has less than under non-ingredients, right? The United States fries have over 20 ingredients, and they used to be so simple back in the days when I was a kid. It was fries. It was of course the beef. Sorry, French fries, potato, fried in beef
Yeah.
tallow and salt. Back in the days, right?
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
but UK banned all these chemicals in their foods. They don't even take some of the United States food because it has so much chemicals in it, right? So that's part of
Yeah.
that perverse spirit, you know.
Those fries, they have a lot of there's a lot of empty calories in fries.
Mm-hmm.
And when they do those experiments with the McDonald's fries, and you keep it in your house for a long time, it doesn't spoil. It's the same thing with these breads from these stores. You get
Yes.
the raw bread, it don't mold. It doesn't mold. You make homemade bread, it molds within the week, the
Oh
first
hell
week.
yeah, hell yeah. When I was
So
in
they're
my
putting a lot of
teens,
yeah,
yeah, when I was in my teens, man, we gotta eat that bread less than 3 days because
yeah,
it'll
it's
get
going to
hard and
mold.
it's gonna get moldy.
Yeah,
Yeah, my mom's had to send us to go ahead and get more bread. But you can leave now. You can leave that bread shit for a whole month, 2 months, 90 days. It won't mold. That's not food. And this is what they give into this generation of today, right? That's why
yeah,
these kids can't think in school, right? That's why they got bad attitudes, right? That's why, like, especially when it comes to the weed, like the weed is laced with different chemicals. So when these teenagers and 20 and up, when they can't get that weed for a while, they get they get irate in the spirit. They get agitated because of the chemicals, right? It filtrated their system, and when they don't have that chemicals for a couple hours, they get irate in the spirit, right?
yeah. They act extremely slow when they after they smoke too.
Yeah,
You say one sentence or ask one question, and they're looking at you like you talking a different language. You got to explain it very slowly what you're saying, just because the weed is affecting their brains, and they just, I don't know, they're just like in a whole different world of all the weed they be smoking.
yes,
It's crazy.
yes, facts. Yeah, you go back to that article.
Yeah. This Middle East, Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, yeah, I hope that's how it's pronounced, has warned that any American attack would spark a regional war as the U.S. countries to amass forces in the region. Donald Trump has threatened American military intervention this time over Iran's nuclear ambitions, after the country was rocked by weeks of protests that left thousands dead and regime reeling. Israel's military is on high alert in the event of a U.S. strike, said the Telegraph. The Israel Defense Forces could support U.S. airstrikes as an opportunity to destroy its own list of targets.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, if Israel choose not to take offensive action alongside the U.S., Iran would still be likely to fire missiles at the Jewish state. Yeah, it says tensions between Iran, the U.S., and Israel are already at their worst levels since the 12-day war last June, but right now escalation begins to feel less like an accident and more like a direction.
Con.
Yeah, since for a few days in the summer, it looked as though fighting between Israel and Iran would explode into an all-out regional conflict, dragging in the U.S. and Western allies on the side, and potentially Russia and China on the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of tensions between these nations right now.
Oh yeah. You know, tension is heavy right now, man. So
Yeah,
any day now, this war 3 could really break out. You know, and this is Jeremiah 50 verse 3. It said, "For out of the north, which is Russia, there comes up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast." Right. So yeah. So it's gonna be a time when um, the Most High gonna release His indignation, His wrath upon this place, man. Right? Because He tired of this place, man. This place is wicked. This
yeah,
place gotta go. Right? Companies is already they laying off by the droves, man. They laying off heavy. Now they came with a SNAP program. If you want to receive SNAP, you gotta work 30 hours. But how the fuck you gonna work 30 hours when companies is not hiring, right? So this is all
yeah,
done. This is all done by design, right? One lady was crying on YouTube because she only received $25 on her benefit on SNAP. What the fuck she gonna do with $25, right? And
nothing.
one thing they did good on Snap. A bitch was complaining and saying, "Oh, we can't get junk food no more. What the hell we gonna do with real food? Bitch, you cook it. You cook it for your damn children. Have fun,
She got to be
right?
a joke.
Yeah. So she's hot. She can't get her Oreos. She can't get her Funyuns, right? She can't get her processed honey oats Kellogg cereal. You know, or Fruit Loops. You
Yep.
know, so
Her bread,
huh?
her bread,
Yeah, her
uh,
bread.
white flour.
Yeah,
Yep.
her nasty ass ranch dressing, her wishbone ranch dressing she be getting. You know.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm glad you're saying that because I just came from the store and you look at these people, their carts, man. It's like the cart looks full. They be these women, they go and they shop for their families with these big carts. And then you looking at, you see a lot of stuff that really isn't worth your money. You see like 5 things of juice, and I'm not talking this. The juice ain't good. It's probably like Minute Maid, Sunny D, a Hawaiian Punch, and then you see a bunch of cereal, Reese's Puffs, Captain Crunch. What else? Cheerios. What else is in the cart? Probably cow milk. It's a lot of stuff that's ultra processed and a lot of stuff that's ready to eat, like ramen noodles, or ramen noodles, however it's
Yeah, well,
said.
mostly processed.
You
You know.
know, but if these carts are full of stuff that can cook whole meals, their food will last a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like sweet potato or regular potato, meat. The of course clean meats, turkey, chicken. If it was full of stuff like that, their food lasts a lot longer in the house, especially in this economy. You want food that's going to last you, not ultra processed foods and juices that your kids are going to destroy in one day.
That's
These
right.
kids get the juice and they drink 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cups. It's not only bad for you; it's also bad for your pockets. It's bad for your money.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like I was in a
yeah,
mood for something sweet today. You know, so I got a sour apple, which my daughter had bought sour apple, and I wanted a juice, so I got 100% beetroot with heavy lemon and turmeric. That's my sweet for the day. You know.
Yeah.
So, but these people, man, they highly addicted to sugar, man. They gotta have it. That's why they losing their mind. But this is Jeremiah 50 verse 25, the topic that we was talking about. Jeremiah 50 verse 25. Yahweh has opened his armory and has brought forth the weapon of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh power of hosts in the land of Chaldeans. And this is the land of the Chaldeans, right? And the Lord has opened his armory, man. He opened his armory. Every time I read the scripture, I was thinking about Blade when Blade opened his jacket up and he had all different types of weapons for the vampires, man. I always
Yeah.
think about that, man. And Wesley Snipes, an
Yeah.
Hebrew Israelite anyway. So yeah, and that's what the Lord is going to do, man. Right? For this
That's right.
war, for this
I
World
got a
War
script.
III that's coming.
Yeah.
It's in the horizon. Yeah, you give
Yeah.
me Jeremiah 51, 1 through 6. And apostles, they've been on Jeremiah 50 and 51 heavy lately.
We get the scripture.
Yeah, Jeremiah 51, 1 through 6.
Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind,
And
and
that
will send
destroying
unto
wind is the
Babylon.
missiles, right? Anybody has intercontinental ballistic missiles, nuclear weapons, right? The ICBMs, that's what's gonna cause a destroying wind. Go ahead.
And will send unto Babylon fanners, that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in a day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bended, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brinkendine. And ye spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel had not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, but the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel.
That's right.
Flee out of the
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her recompense.
That's right. And Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, and the earth, all, sorry, that made all the earth drunken, right? The nations have drunken of her wine to the nations, and the nations are mad.
They just mad.
Yeah, yeah. So they drunk what? They drunk the philosophy, the ideology, the religion establishment. So they drunk in that cup, man. You know, capitalism.
Yeah.
You know,
Politics.
yep, democracy. Yep. So a lot of these countries
Yeah.
drunk that wine, man. So, but they're gonna set a trap against America, and they're gonna destroy this place, man. Right?
Um,
And a lot of these countries tired of America, man, because when you don't play ball, what America does, they sanction. They always sanction the other countries when they don't play along, right? They stop the
right.
export and the import. They even shut their bank accounts down, right? So the United States government, they wicked as hell, man. This place got to be destroyed, and that's why the other nations are creating their own alliance, like the BRIC nations, right? They trying to create their own currency, and try to drop
Yeah.
U.S. currency. That's why U.S. money is pretty much monopoly money, right? And
I think the
whenever
end.
they lose, they gonna use that dollar bills in their wallets to wipe their ass when there ain't gonna be no food and no tissue. Yeah, go ahead.
Trump didn't Trump threaten those countries that wanted to leave the currency
Yep,
right from BRICS? I think America threatened them, because America doesn't want them to leave the U.S. paper dollar.
gone.
I got a
Yep,
scripture,
yeah, go ahead.
Revelation 6:14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Yeah, so that's that nuclear bomb. And you watch the videos of that depicts what a nuclear bomb would look like. It rolls together as a scroll.
Yeah, that's the best way. John, right? I think he was on Patmos, right? He was an assault mine.
Yep.
That's the best way he could describe it. Because
Yep.
back then, what they used for paper was the papyrus paper, right? If I'm pronouncing it right, is they use
Papyrus.
yep
Yeah.
they use them as scrolls, right? They use them as scrolls. So, and that's the best way he could describe the mushroom crowd. I mean, cloud. You know, it was
That's
rolled up
right.
like a scroll. Yep. Yeah, because the Bible is parabolic, it's symbolic, right?
That's right.
Yep. So, yeah, Joel 3:11 through 16. Yeah, this place is done. This place is done, son.
Wow.
Yeah, this place got to go.
That's right. Joel 3:11-16. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there I will sit to judge all the nation round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. The day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
Mm,
The sun and moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
mm.
The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel.
And he's still dealing with his people. After he
That's
destroyed
right.
America, he's still dealing with his people. All right,
That's right.
that's mercy, like you had mentioned last week. You know, that's mercy. That's mercy of the Lord. He's merciful
Yeah.
and what? And he's long suffering, right? And he's still going to deliver the elect, right? Out of the
He was,
land of the north, man.
at one time, he was so angry with us, he wanted to just destroy us as a nation,
Yep.
create a nation from stone. But with Moses also showed mercy in a way because he pleaded with the Lord to not do that,
Yep.
to still stay, to not destroy us, And I think, but anyways, the Lord made that promise with us, that
Mm-hmm.
he would deliver his elect.
That's right.
But in the scripture too, it says the earth shall shake. That's because those nukes, when they hit America,
Mm.
it's going to be like an earthquake because it's going to be that impact is going to be it's going to be crazy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. And I pray to Yahweh Shem Shah that we see it in our lifetime. You know?
Come,
Revelation 16:16.
all right.
Revelation 16.
Revelation 16:16. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon.
There you go. Armageddon was a Hammergun. That means the amount of troops, right? It means the amount of troops. That's where the war is going to take place.
Come.
Yep. Habakkuk 2:1 through 5.
Habakkuk 2:1-5. I'll stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he would say unto me, and what
Mm-hmm.
I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables,
Mm.
that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time,
That's right.
but at the end he shall speak and not lie.
That's right.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it would surely come, it would
Mm.
not tarry.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yet also because he transgressed by wine, he is a
Yep.
proud man,
There you go.
neither keep it at home, who enlarges his desires hell and is as
Mm-hmm.
death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Man, who's that? If it's not Esau, who could it be?
That's right. Yeah.
If it's not Esau, who could it be? You know, and
Yeah.
scripture say, though it tarry, wait for it. It shall what? It shall surely come. You know, it shall surely come. And that's why a lot of brothers, lose patience. And that's why a lot of them fall off the truth because they lose patience. But the Lord said right here, though it delay, right? It shall surely come. Or tarry, it shall surely come. Just like when Jonah was stubborn by doing works in Nineveh. Of course, he had to be swallowed by a fish, to preach that word, because that was his calling, but
Yeah.
Jonah was so stubborn, he wanted Nineveh to be destroyed after he finished preaching, after he woke up the people in Nineveh, he still wanted the place to be destroyed. But the point I'm trying to make, though it tarried, right? But it surely came because the Most High destroyed Nineveh about what, 80 to 100 years
Yes.
later after that.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. Yeah, but it was still destroyed later
He,
on.
he still destroyed it. And
But I guess see
Nineveh
the
is a
Lord.
representation of America.
Yeah. I guess the Lord granted them mercy for that time period since they did change their ways.
Uh huh.
But 80, 100 years later, still got destroyed. Ended up getting destroyed anyways.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, so that was a good example of America because
Yeah.
this place was supposed to have been destroyed like what, Y2, I mean 2K, Y2K, the year 2000. That's what they were saying. The place was supposed to have been destroyed, but guess what? We in 2026, right? But a lot of brothers and sisters wouldn't be awoken. So the Most High delayed it for brothers and sisters to be awakened, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So though it tarried, right, it shall surely come.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. You jump to verse 12.
Verse 12. Woe to him that builded a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. That's what you wanted, verse 12?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
So this
It's
place been
Esau.
built by what? By blood, right? We destroyed, killed off a lot of the natives, right? America thrived and Europe thrived from the backs of slaves, man. From the backs of slaves, man, picking cotton, right? Working on tobacco fields, and the list goes on, man. You know. So hey, man, woe to him, because
Yeah.
this devil got to be
Hmm.
destroyed, man.
That's right.
And that's why I like IG, because IG shows the sons of perdition, show his wickedness, you know. Because I'm linked to a lot of brothers on IG, and a lot of brothers put up the history and the wickedness of Esau, what he has done to us, man. Just like Black Wall Street is another one, right? Black Wall Street, Oklahoma, Tulsa, when we were striving as a people, here come Esau, drop bombs on us. And that's the first time bombs was on U.S. soil, right? To destroy Black Wall Street, man. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah,
That's
that is
crazy.
crazy. And
Yep.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was watching a video about MLK. MLK is the only brother that we have a day for. What about all the other brothers like Malcolm X? The
Yeah.
reason why MLK is glorified because he was working with the CIA and he was trying to push integration, which is what the CIA, the government wants.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X, he didn't want that. Malcolm X wanted us to stay separate as a community. That's why the Black Wall Street was so beautiful because that means our money would have circulated within our community just as it does with other nations, just as it does with other countries. Chinese people, their money circulates. Arabs, their money circulates within their community. But with us, we're just the consumers.
Mm-hmm.
We're just the tail. That they destroyed. That's why they destroyed Black Wall Street. We would have been better off on our own, with our own community, and striving together as a people. But all we do is put each other it's like crabs in a bucket.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They say the the circle hats, the top hats, right? You know the scumbag who I'm talking about, right? They money circulate 21 times in the community before it goes out the community. The
Man,
Negro community it circulate two, three times before then it leaves from our community. You know, when those scumbags, when they need some work done, they call their own people to get the work done in their house, you know,
That's
or
right.
mechanics or whatever. They go to their people to fix their cars. So the money constantly circulate in their community,
Yep.
you know. But us Jakes, when we want something to eat, where we go? McDonald's, Burger King, Popeyes, right?
Yep.
Right. When we need our car fixed, we go to the heathen and get our car fixed. So the money does not stay in our community for a long period of time.
Yeah. Barely.
Yeah. So
I got a
hey, but
scripture.
that goes back to the curses in Deuteronomy 28, right? Scripture said they're gonna be the
Yep.
head and we're gonna be what? The tail.
Yeah. It says would. It says they'll lend to you, but you would not lend to him. We
Mm-hmm.
don't lend to. We don't lend any money to him. I got a scripture. It's Numbers 35:33.
Mm-hmm.
So you should not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood hath defiled the land. The land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
That's
That's the
right.
only way this place could be cleansed is if Esau is destroyed, because he's the one that shed the blood of the Native Americans
That's right.
and Jacob, Benjamin, Levi. Well, all the nations really, all the 12 tribes, I should say.
Facts. Facts. We're gonna end it with Isaiah 47 verse um 1 through 9. And let's go to a different translation. Let's go to NLT. NLT. Then
All
we'll
right.
lock it off. Isaiah 47, 1 through 9.
So it says, sit in the dust. Isaiah 47, 1 through 9, NLT. Come down, virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit in the dust, for your days of sitting on a throne have ended.
That's right.
O daughter of Babylon, never again will you be a loved princess, tender and delicate.
Hmm.
Take heavy millstones and grind flour, remove your veil and strip off your robe. Expose yourself to public view.
And that's what's
You will
going
be
on.
naked and
See,
burning with shame.
isn't she being exposed to public view? Everybody seeing the wickedness of Esau, or what they done to the nation of Israel, man. Right? I saw a video of when we was in a boat on what was that, the transatlantic slave trade? How they threw brothers and sisters off the boat, right? And the sharks was eating us up, man. Right? And the sharks, that's from what I heard, the sharks still follow that trail to this very day, man. Right? To this very day, that sharks
And,
follow that same trail. Right?
hmm,
Women was throwing themselves off the boat. They said they'd rather die by the sharks than serving this damn devil. Right?
yeah.
Brothers, 5 brothers all chained up together. They threw themselves over the boat. Right? Yeah, man. This dude got a lot to
Hmm,
pay for, man. And they didn't care. They didn't care. They ain't circle the. They ain't take the boat back and say, "Oh, let's go get them." Nah, nah. You know. But anyway, because they had insurance on the slaves anyway. They was insured. Hmm.
that's right.
And one of
Yeah.
the and one of the slave ships was called Jesus. If Jesus was his real name, why he ain't save us?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll
And
take
oh yeah,
vengeance against you,
and
adopted.
there was raping the women, and it was raping the women, and it was raping some of the young
And
boys too, because Esau are flaming fairies by nature.
they rape the grown men too.
Oh yeah, yeah, they wicked. Go ahead.
Yep. Our Redeemer, whose name is the Lord of heaven's army, is a Holy One of Israel. O beautiful Babylon, sit now in darkness and silence. Never again will you be known as the Queen of Kingdoms. For I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands.
There we
But
go.
you, Babylon, showed
Yeah,
them no mercy.
yeah, the slave trade right there. There we go.
That's
We
right.
was just
Shows no
discussing it.
mercy.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Go ahead.
You oppressed even the elderly.
Oh yeah. Then you see something on IG? They arrested a 64 years old man for what? Oh, he was stealing SNAP benefits, so they arrested him.
Yeah.
You should see how big his belly was, dude. But if that was
Yeah.
a white 64 years old man, would have arrested him? Nah, they wouldn't have arrested him. They give him a slap on the wrist.
Yep. Don't do it again.
Yep. Go ahead.
You said I will reign forever as the queen of the world. You did not reflect on your actions or think about their consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this, you pleasure loving kingdom, living at ease and feeling secure. You say, I am the only one, and there is no other. I will never be a widow or lose my children. Yeah, that sounds like America to me because
Yep.
they think they're, top of the world, and
And they can never
with them being a
fall.
group of power, they can never fall. Yep,
Yeah, because they think they're gonna reign forever and ever. I think the scripture
yep,
said that, right? Somewhere in Psalms. That they think they're gonna reign
yeah.
forever and
That
ever.
they their houses would. Yep,
Yep. Yep.
yeah. They name every land after their own
Huh?
names.
Oh
They
yeah, Psalms
they.
49.
Yep. It says,
Yeah.
well, both these things. Yeah, Slakia.
Oh, you got it.
It says, well, both these things will come upon you in a moment, widowhood and the loss of your children. Yes, these calamities will come upon you,
Mm.
despite all your witchcraft and magic.
Ooh. Despite all your witchcraft and magic.
Yeah,
That's why, like, you could tell this place has a demonic aura. When you feel like you get in the head, something bad,
yeah,
something bad always happen. Like all of us been through, all those men been through a car accident, right?
yeah,
At that time, you thought you'd be able to save some money, or things was going at a good flow. Then here come an accident. You know what I'm saying? Because this place is nothing but witchcraft, right? And magic.
yeah,
And a lot of these that owns these insurance companies, they the major people that's into that because they want people insurance to go higher and higher. They don't. This place don't want you to save money. This place don't want you to get ahead. That's how this place is designed, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So this place has a lot of heavy sorcery in the air, man. You know,
yeah. It's true.
even putting your money in banks, you only get what 3% in a year. You're not. They're just holding your money for you. You're just using that just to pay your bills. But for you, rich people don't put their money in banks. Rich people put their money in investment firms. They put their money in Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, right? On Vanguard, right? That's where they put their money in. They don't put their money in
Yeah,
Bank of America, PNC, Capital One. That's all bullshit, you know.
yeah,
So, so that's how they prosper through the ignorance of Negroes and Latino ignorance. That's how they prosper, you know.
yeah.
Yep,
They don't want people to be thinkers. They just want you to be a worker.
that's right. That's right.
They want a nation of thinkers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
So
we start thinking, you don't fall in line with their system. You know, you just they want you to be a puppet,
yeah,
or a pawn. Just a pawn in the system.
that's what we always discuss with Matrix, right? Neo's
Yep,
chosen, and Larry Fishburne was a representation of the prophets. Him feeding Neo, teaching them. You
I love
know,
that movie.
that's right. So Larry Fishburne could have been like the apostles of GMS. That's who we learn from. You know what I'm saying? So you
Yep,
have to be born again. You have to be born again.
yep,
Whatever things that you learn in the world, you got to throw all that shit away and be born again. Be like a baby, like Neo was. Neo was he was like in a fetus position. yeah,
yep.
yeah,
So John chapter 3, right? When Yahushua was talking to
yes.
Nicodemus, he was
He,
like, "How
he,
can a man be born again?" You
yeah,
know?
yeah. And Nicodemus said, "Can I go back in my mother womb again?" I think Yahushua
Yeah,
said, "Man, you're the teacher of Israel."
yeah, yeah,
Nah, you gotta be born again you know, by the renewing of their mind. I think it's Ephesians
yep.
5:26, right?
That's
Yep,
right.
yep. You got to be washed again. Yep, but in the spirit, of course. Yeah.
Yep.
You got something you want to bring up?
Nah, I'm
You
good.
good? Matter of fact, let's end it with that. Ephesians 5:26. We ended with that.
Ephesians 5:26. That he may sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Woo! By the what?
By the word.
By the word. That's how you be washed.
That's
By the
right.
word. Now.
Yep.
Yep. So, man. So, hey, man, I hope this lesson was edifying. You know, kind of cut it short. Got things to do. You know,
Um,
hey, man, America's going down, man. We all see it. We all feel it. We all smell it. It's going down, man. Yeah, it's going down faster than the Titanic.
that's right.
That's
Yeah.
right. All right. So we give all praises to Yahweh,
Yeah.
Bashan,
But Shem,
Yahushua,
Al Shah.
Malawafla Baba. Yeah.
That's right.
Later.